With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
In the French league, Rudy Gobert played in the same league.
Right.
Played 27 games. Victor Wembanyama played 34 games in that league and blocked over 50 more shots than Rudy Gobert did. I mean, that's significant. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He's got a great shooting touch. He only shoots about 30% from three, but I think that's going to improve because he's got really good mechanics. He's the real deal.
So the NBA is the master of being the hype machine, and Victor Wembanyama was drafted as the #1 overall pick to the San Antonio Spurs to the surprise of almost no one. Wemby being drafted into the NBA presents interesting points of discussion, such as, is he the greatest basketball prospect of all time? Or is he the greatest prospect of all time in any sport, as some insiders are saying? In this video, I want to talk about my view on Wenbanyama's arrival in the NBA overall and what no one else has told you as it pertains to the reality surrounding Wemby and the upcoming 2023 to 2024 NBA season. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now, without further ado, let's get started. So here we can see Victor warming up, and this clip generated a lot of excitement in the NBA community while also creating lots of doubts already for the #1 overall pick. So we can see that Victor has a decent jump shot overall and a nice form, and even has a pretty comfortable handle. But as he stepped back, this is where the controversy and doubts crept in. But essentially to that, my response is,
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
But either way, regardless of whether this is some sort of media day shoot around or some sort of warm up, I think it's fair to say Victor has a pretty nice shooting form, and that's more than half the battle. Any improvement in this area for him will be scary for the rest of the NBA, further cementing his status in the near future as one of the best two-way players in the league. But I have to keep it honest. He has missed more jump shots than he's made so far. And from what I've gathered, the Spurs were trying to keep this clip from circulating around the internet. Don't know if that's true or not. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. So overall, I think mostly everyone on the internet is overreacting to this video. I don't think missing a few shots means Victor Wembanyama is a bust. And I think that based on what we've seen so far, it's clear that his height and nice foundation that he already has for his shooting form will give him unique strengths that only he possesses.
Because look at this, he's 7'5" in sneakers. He'll be the 6th tallest all time. You can see where that stacks up. Only guys like Taco Fall were taller than him, Yao Ming. And when you look at his wingspan, the comp list, it's even shorter.
Now, I want to preface the commentary of Victor's highlights in the clips to come with a specific play from last season from the Mavericks versus the Magic. Here we can see Bol giving Luka Doncic a hard time defensively, and it's important to note Bol is listed at 7'2" with a 7'8" wingspan. I picked this play because Luka is one of the best offensive players in the league, and while Bol is very tall, he does not present the same challenge that Victor will at 7 feet 5 inches. So now you might be saying to yourself, okay, well, he's tall and his shot looks alright, but what can he do? Well, in this clip here, we see Victor windmilling effortlessly in his pregame warm-up, and in this clip we see Victor demonstrating his remarkable handle for his size as he dribbles right, ultimately crosses back left for a step back three, He does miss the three, but he does go and put back his own miss with a dunk, which is one of the rarest basketball plays I think I've ever seen. Some friends and I were debating whether any other player in NBA history could make a play exactly like this. Personally, I don't think so, just due to the length and the type of wingspan that it takes to do this sort of thing. But can any other player do this currently in the NBA today? Or any other player in NBA history? Let me know what you think in the comments below.
That's a little away, but he's guarded by the smaller Coyote, who's 6'5". And he disposes of him with the... Got his own rebound off the miss, free throw, and in and out on the corner three, but there's Wenbanyama on the putback floor. There's David Louder. Wenbanyama got about 1 minute and 20 seconds of a breather. Face-up jumper's good.
But to answer the question that is, what can Victor Wembanyama do? The answer is almost everything. The highlights we've seen so far are from Victor's most recent 2022 to 2023 NBA season, playing for his team in France, Metro 92, where he's been a professional basketball player since 2019. In his most recent season for Metro 92, Victor averaged 21.6 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 3.1 blocks per game. Now, before we dive further into Victor highlights, I want to point out some things Chet did last year, which I think can help preview what we should expect to see from Victor in this upcoming season. Although Chet hasn't played much yet, what he's displayed so far is comparable to the pressure I think Victor will put on defenses and offenses alike. We can see that Chet is able to get easy buckets off of pick and rolls, and at only 7'1", he proves himself to be more than a capable rim protector. Looking at Chet and Wemby side by side, we can see that they both have the ability to create space by using a jab step and pulling up after getting a slip screen from their point guard. Now, with Victor's height, it is going to give him an advantage in passing and playmaking, but I think this is actually an area of opportunity for him. And especially when we look at this play here by Chet, where we see him drive, create a play, and kick the ball to his teammate in the corner, almost without looking. Now, I don't think Victor Wembanyama is nearly at this level as a playmaker, but this is one of the things that we are going to have to wait and see if he improves in this area. Now, I'll wrap up my specific comparison on Chet Holmgren by pointing out that he is known to dribble the ball up the court, and while I don't know if we can expect to see the same thing from 7'5" Victor Wembanyama, I do think it's an interesting facet and wrinkle that the Spurs can add into their offensive game going into the next season. The highlights on the screen now are from the 2022 NBA G League Unite versus Metro 92 series, where the Pro French League Victor played against one of the more notable teams in the NBA's development G League, and we can see that despite not being the quickest on the perimeter, Victor is quick for his height and possesses absurd length and size. Now, in addition to his playmaking ability being limited at his young age, I think this clip is a perfect example of another flaw that I've identified in his game, which is that his reaction time and his initial defensive reaction at times is a bit off, and there are times, like in this clip, where he likes to guess. Right here, I think this play perfectly demonstrates his true potential as a wing/big in the modern NBA, with him getting to the rim from the perimeter, using his handle, and then awkwardly finishing around a defender.
Digits and ages, and they were on their 4th, 5th heart surgery. You know, they were looking at me like it's going to be okay, and I was terrified. And those are the happiest kids in the world. So, you know, I want to get back to the kids, you know, because those little kids in the hospital, glad I'm an inspiration. You know, I want to help everybody.
So it's easy to say that Victor Wembanyama's combination of size, agility, quickness, timing, and length is remarkable. Defensively, he's expected to be an exceptional player from day one. Offensively, his jumper is solid with consistent form on the move or catch. Some of his shooting struggles stem from liberal shot selection, which he needs to work on, alongside his shooting efficiency, which is common among rookie NBA players. But being as young as he is, Victor Wembanyama played on a professional team as an 18-year-old, where his overall play was crucial for winning games. He has shown impressive shot blocking ability, even against jump shooters from long range. Despite the weaknesses mentioned, he is considered one of the greatest prospects of all time, in my opinion, due to his unique skills and attributes. His physical tools, jump shot, and potential for improvement make his ceiling incredibly high. Even without significant improvements in ball handling and passing, he could become an all-NBA level player. Another point to make is great prospects in history also had weaknesses, but stood out due to their exceptional abilities. And Victor's 7'5" height, combined with his guard skills, gives him advantages other prospects just can't match. So, to wrap up the truth on Victor Wembanyama, his size combined alongside his skill set means that, in my opinion, Victor Wembanyama is a prodigy. Now, I don't think being a prodigy means that his game is flawless, but being perfect does not make you an all-time prospect. From my point of view, he is not the greatest prospect of all time in any sport, period, as some have said. And I think it's wild to think that anyone would consider drafting Wemby ahead of LeBron if they somehow were in the same draft class. Despite the overwhelming hype, I do think he has a chance to prove himself as the greatest basketball prospect ever. But in order to do that, I think he'd have to be able to accomplish things that no one else can, given his unique gifts. And for now, he's on the short list of greatest prospects of all time, until he proves himself to be definitively the greatest prospect of all time. Regardless, I hope he stays healthy, and I am excited and cannot wait for the upcoming 2023-2024 NBA season. But I think that's a great place to leave it. So that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.